Yeah, in the True Journey library, there will be, of course, a big topic, a lot of material as well, about plant medicine, about the Shibibo plant medicine. I'm just seeing this funny light here. I'm not sure if you see that as well. Ah, there was a little hair thing on the camera. I was just like, I talk about plant medicine and there is something in front of the lens. Now, um, now I was thinking if I should start all over again, but I think that's part of the whole thing. So I will just continue. I will talk and share a lot about plant medicine, a lot about, of course, how I learn about plant medicine through personal experience, but also what I was witnessing over the last 9 years, being in that field with the Shibibo medicine, facilitating, organizing retreats. Working a few years, I worked full time in facilitating also in bigger centers, not just with True Journey. And yes, in the first years, I lived in the jungle and did every year, many, 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 many months in the year, diets. Now I slow down to integrate and to allow consciousness unfold and just being in this space of living a normal life in that reality here. Um, so what I want to share here also, because it's a very often asked question, is when people start on their journey, with being open and curious, and maybe they already drank ayahuasca in a certain setting, or maybe they never drank ayahuasca and they hear about, oh, diet. What is a diet? And it's in the beginning very confusing for people because the word diet in itself, it's a little confusing. Um, in Shibibo, the word is zama, and it's the learning with the plants. Where ayahuasca, I say always, ayahuasca is like a bridge, like a door opener to the world, to the world of the plant. Like we in Journey and with my maestros, we have the tree teachers, and of course, every plant has her own universe, her own world, and a tree. As you see, like it goes deep down, root system, deep down in the earth, and it goes high up, depending which tree, up into the sky. So how a tree is connecting the ground, the earth, the soil, and the upper worlds. Obviously, it's different than a smaller flower or a smaller bush. I believe that I trust and I believe every plant and all in all, everywhere in nature is intelligence, right? And we can learn from all the elements, from all the plants, and every plant has a certain intelligence. And a tree obviously is one of the biggest plants, and for me, like the most spiritual beings. But everyone, of course, feels drawn to maybe a different plant or a different natural element, or yeah. So often the question is like, what is a diet? So so a diet is really connecting to the subtlety, of a plant teacher. And I believe when the Europeans came, first time maybe in the Peruvian jungle, they saw people in isolation. They saw people not talking. They saw people eating maybe something without salt or without spices, or not eating a certain type of meat, or and so on. And sometimes they were fasting. So these people who didn't know what happened in the background, they said, "Ah, yeah, they are doing a dieta. They are doing a diet." And this name somehow sticked, doing a diet, doing a dieta. But it's yes, there are food restrictions, and yes, it's suggested to be in silence, and yes, certain things are not allowed because it's about building up a relationship to the plant, learning about the subtlety of energies, learning about the layers of creation, or going through a healing journey, to become your own healer, to really learn and to take responsibility for your own healing. Because with the time, your senses and your perception will open. So for me, Sama, like learning with the world of the trees, I refer to the trees because that's how I'm learning. Yeah. They have their own world. And also they are often beings for me. It's the snake is a being for me, which appears and plays a big role in my learning on this shamanic path of doing zamas with trees and having tree teachers and using ayahuasca to open the door to the world of the trees and to the raunete, to the medicine world. Um, so people often ask, am I ready? Can I do that? And like one thing, what I always say is, if you include the subtlety of the universe of a tree world, you know, this this will really offer you the gift of guidance, how you are aligned, how you integrate and cultivate what you learned. And there are strong, strong forces with it. If the diet is given to you, if the Zamma is given to you in a good way, where it really guides you. What guiding by universe in a strong way with the energy of a tree world with it also means is if you're not using what you learned, if you ignore what you learned, if you fall back in old patterns, what we as humans sometimes do, then it also shows up. So it can cause also disharmonies to help you to align, to help you to remember. So doing a Zamma with a strong tree needs really your commitment and your readiness. Okay, I want to walk, the path of learning and healing. And this will be like my priority in life. Whatever I do in my life, however I live, whatever I learn, I want to integrate all the consciousness, everything what is unfolding and opening up at some point. I want to integrate and learn. When I did the commitment, I want to do that. Yes, I want to do that. No one told me what it means. Maybe it was also not necessary or better, maybe better. I did it out of a naivete, naivety. Like I was very naive. I would say, looking back, I didn't know, but it came such from a deep place where I said, yes, I'm doing that. And I did these promises in my first really, really strong diet with this lineage where I'm also learning with an apprenticeship where I said, I want to learn with you. I want to learn with you my whole life. Later on, after a few years, I was like, whoa, what did I promise, From the purest place, I promised something. Okay, there are many other stories to that, which is not the right space to share. Um, But here for this introduction for the True Journey Library, um, I will share about that as well, about the difference of just drinking ayahuasca, which is a very strong plant, as we know, in ceremony, or committing to the path of a sama, learning with the tree teacher, and having all the ayahuasca ceremonies inside of this, I say, universal university, the university of the tree, of the universe of learning about all these subtleties. And the ceremonies are like classrooms inside of that university. So it's all hold together. Like it gets like a bigger universe where you feel and be in and you are hold into. And if you decide, to commit to stay with one lineage, you are under this umbrella also of this lineage, which for me was a big blessing over the last 8 years because I could see other people, who tried many different things or just a few different things. There was like a different type of confusion sometimes, or a different lack of protection, or things like that. And of course, everyone is on a different path of learning, and there's no good or bad. But I always felt very, very grateful and very aligned and very protected and very guided, with the joys I did over the last 9 years with Shabibos, but 8 years with this lineage. Um, and with mainly one tree teacher. There are other trees, but they are part of one big tree world. Um, so I felt and feel very, very well guided through that. And it was not always easy, not at all. Sometimes I was like, whoa, life was before easier, but now it's more true and more aligned and it's more me. And I'm very grateful for that. Um, so I will talk in the True Journey Library as well about the differences of dieting or just drinking ayahuasca, and also which steps you can do there, and whatever joys you do, you know how to be with that, how to integrate that, how again and again remember, how to build up connection again and again, how to keep the connection to your plants alive, how to move through challenges, how to hold yourself, how to be compassionate with yourself in the process of preparation or integration or activation, unfolding of this consciousness, and different ideas which come up after dieting. Like if you decide to diet and be in Zama and you do that regularly, there are again and again next layers coming up. And I love to offer space for guidance and reflection for people who are long term on that path. Yeah, much love.